Ever watched a movie that felt like a puzzle you had to solve backward? That's exactly what Christopher Nolan's masterpiece Memento delivers. It's a film told in reverse, forcing us to piece together a story from its end to its beginning. At the heart of this puzzle is Leonard Shelby, a man suffering from anterograde amnesia. He can't form new memories after a traumatic event where he believes his wife was murdered. Every 15 minutes, his mind resets, leaving him in a constant state of confusion, armed only with a collection of Polaroids, tattoos, and handwritten notes to guide him. His one driving purpose? To find and kill the man who ruined his life. John G., but how can you solve a mystery when you can't even remember what happened 5 minutes ago? That's the brilliant, mind-bending question Memento asks. To truly understand Memento, you need to grasp its two-timeline structure. The film masterfully weaves together two distinct narrative threads, each distinguished by its visual style. The color sequences are the most famous part. They move backward in time, showing us the effects before we see the causes. Each color scene begins moments after the previous one ended chronologically, but we see them in reverse order. So, we start at the climax, Leonard killing Teddy, and work our way back, uncovering the events that led to that moment. This reverse structure puts us directly in Leonard's shoes. We share his confusion, arriving at each scene with no context, just like him. We only know what his notes and tattoos tell him. Then, there are the black and white sequences. These scenes are presented chronologically, moving forward in time. They mostly consist of Leonard in a motel room, talking on the phone, explaining his condition and his system for tracking clues. These segments provide crucial exposition and ground us in the story, giving us a linear thread to follow amidst the backward chaos of the color scenes. The real genius of the film is how these two timelines converge. The very last scene of the movie is actually the chronological midpoint of the story. It's the moment where the final black and white scene transitions to color, revealing a pivotal event that connects everything we've seen. This convergence is the key that unlocks the entire narrative, forcing us to reevaluate everything we thought we knew about Leonard and his quest. A key piece of Leonard's psyche is the story of Sammy Jenkins, a man he investigated back when he was an insurance claims investigator. Leonard frequently recounts the story of Sammy, who also suffered from a form of amnesia after an accident. According to Leonard, Sammy's wife, desperate to prove he was faking, tested him by having him administer her insulin shots over and over again on the same day. Unable to form new memories, Sammy tragically gives her a fatal overdose. Leonard uses this story as a cautionary tale, a way to prove that his own condition is real and to justify his meticulous system of notes and tattoos. It's his way of saying, "I'm not like Sammy. I know who I am." But here's the devastating twist. The Sammy Jenkins story is a lie. Or, more accurately, it's a distorted memory. A brief, almost subliminal flash reveals that it was Leonard's wife, not Sammy's, who was a diabetic. And as Teddy reveals in the film's climax, Sammy was a real person, but he was a fraud, a con artist Leonard exposed. The tragic story of the insulin test was Leonard's own. His wife survived the initial home invasion, but struggling with Leonard's new reality, tested his memory in the same way. It was Leonard who inadvertently caused her death. He couldn't live with the guilt, so his mind created a new narrative, projecting his own tragic story onto Sammy Jenkins. This revelation shatters our understanding of Leonard. His entire quest for revenge is built on a foundation of self-deception, a story he tells himself to create a sense of purpose. So, let's piece together the actual chronological order of events. It begins with the assault. Two men break into Leonard's home. He shoots one, but the other hits him, causing the brain injury that leads to his anterograde amnesia. His wife survives this initial attack. However, struggling with his condition, she tests him with the insulin and he accidentally gives her a fatal overdose. Consumed by guilt he can't consciously remember, Leonard convinces himself that his wife died in the initial attack and that the second attacker, John G., is still out there. This is where Teddy, a corrupt cop, enters the picture. He pities Leonard and decides to help him. Teddy actually helps Leonard find and kill the real second attacker over a year before the events of the film. He even has a picture of Leonard, smiling and pointing to a patch of skin where a new tattoo should be, celebrating the moment. But Leonard can't remember it. His purpose is gone. So, to give him a reason to live, Teddy starts manipulating him. He feeds him an endless series of John G.S. to hunt drug dealers and criminals he wants out of the way. The main story of the film is just the latest iteration of this cycle. Teddy points Leonard toward a man named Jimmy Grants, who is supposed to be meeting a John G. to sell drugs. Leonard kills Jimmy, but then realizes Jimmy's last words, "Sammy," imply he knows something. This leads to the film's climax, where Teddy arrives and reveals the whole truth, that the hunt is a sham, that Leonard killed his wife, and that he's been used. Faced with this unbearable reality, Leonard makes a conscious choice. He decides to reject the truth and embrace his self-made reality. He writes on Teddy's picture, "Don't believe his lies," and writes down Teddy's license plate number, designating Teddy himself as the next John G. He willingly chooses to create a new puzzle, a new lie, so he can continue his hunt. In the end, Memento isn't really a movie about revenge. It's a profound exploration of memory, identity, and the stories we tell ourselves to survive. Leonard's condition is a metaphor for how we all construct our realities. We filter our memories, we create narratives, and we build our identities based on the stories we choose to believe. Leonard's tragedy isn't his amnesia. It's his choice to live in a loop of fabricated purpose rather than face a painful truth. He says, "We all need mirrors to remind ourselves who we are." But Leonard's mirrors, his notes, his tattoos, his stories are all distorted. He chooses to see the reflection he wants, a man with a noble purpose, rather than the broken man he truly is. The film's final line is chilling, "Now, where was I?" He drives off, ready to hunt the man he just created, forever trapped in a cycle of his own making. Memento is a cinematic puzzle that stays with you long after the credits roll, forcing you to question the very nature of truth and memory itself. Thanks so much for watching this breakdown. If you love deep dives into complex films like this, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. Let me know in the comments what movie you want me to analyze next. See you in the next one.